A good evening and a very warm welcome. My name is Matt, and judging by those headphones, something tells me a welcome back is in order. This is Articulate Line, and on our 5-hour journey, we'd like to treat you to the most luxurious train journey you're ever likely to experience. And we'd like to start by not necessarily upgrading your noise cancelling experience, but offering something more suitable. If you bear with me for just one moment, I promise they still belong to you and you will get these back. You can just pop these into your bag. After extensive research and some product development, we have partnered up with Sony and tried to create the perfect noise cancelling experience that's appropriate for the environment. The vibration of a plane is entirely different than on the train line. With that in mind, I'd like to offer you entirely free of charge, yours to keep, the Sony 1000 MX3s. Now, the 1000 edition focused not only on the quality of sound, not only on delivering the perfect listening experience, but enhancing, perfecting noise cancelling. Let me just slip these on. Now, if you're wondering why you can still hear me, I have a little mic under my collar that will transmit my voice right into your ears, only when I'm in close proximity. How is the sound? No vibration, clear, crystal clear audio. Now, I am actually a Bose fan, and the Bose Quiet Comforts are still my go-to headphone. But for noise cancelling, the Sonys take the gold. Now, that's out of the way. I would like you to sit back, relax, and savor every experience for the next 5 hours. Okay, let me start by offering you a warm, eucalyptus-scented, refreshing towel. Now, on our service today, thank you. We will be providing you with a seemingly endless array of beverages, sweets, teas, chocolates, and of course there will be the customary 3-course meal served in the 3rd hour of your journey. Of course, there's just one small detail missing. 2. Let me start by pouring you a refreshing and invigorating cup of tea. Very British style, of course. Now, the tea in question is a black tea, full of nutrients, natural oxidants, antioxidants rather. And this was actually harvested in Indonesia. It's rich, hibiscus-like flavor of the Java family, and very cool. Very beautiful. While your tea is brewing and all that beautiful, fantastically engineered health and well balance is just drifting and being absorbed by the water, we need to cover one very important topic: entertainment. Now, our sister partner offer you the Nintendo Switch, which is respectable and admirable. Now, I don't want to sound catty, but I think our offering of entertainment is a lot better. Bear with me. Free of charge. The Asus ROG. Now this is the GL540GS. The password is hello, of course. Once you're logged in, you'll have access to a Steam library of over 250 games, all the Blizzard titles, Apex, Legends, and a whole host of plug-in games. If you like Flash games, you like dungeon crawlers, RPGs, MMORPGs, maybe you just want to sit back and watch a library of 300 movies, 100 TV shows of all the latest titles and some of the classics, then please accept our offering and enjoy your in-flight, or rather, in-journey experience. Now let me just pour your tea. The laptop is also Bluetooth enabled, and your headphones will pair up seamlessly. Now the tea is brewing nicely, as you can see. I will pour you a cup, and then we'll see if we can't find something to eat. And your tea. Now, depending on your taste and your own preference, the hibiscus tea is a little bit of a tang to it, a citrus note, but refreshing and, as mentioned, invigorating, restores balance, helps with cell regeneration, and is the ultimate start to a beautiful train journey. What do you think? Good. I can see the smile on your face, and it makes me very happy. Obviously, you're enjoying the noise cancelling. It is quite special. It's one of these things that's difficult to believe until you're actually experiencing it. Now, we have the headphones, we have something to drink, we have something to entertain ourselves with. I think we might need a snack, perhaps a cold beverage. Of course, I will load up the cold beverage serving, and we can go through the options. If you'd like everything on the offering, you're welcome. I can leave the entire tray, just like articulate air. Hold on, one moment. Now, we like to see ourselves as a little bit more refined. So what we'll do, we'll take you through each of the offerings one by one. And if you would like, I can explain some of the detail behind the choice and why we serve what we do. Okay. Don't worry, you're not the first person who's asked for a detailed explanation. Now, the Vitini, you might not have come across this drink before. It's a vitamin-based drink, focusing primarily on B2, B6, C, and some niacin. Now, the reason we like to offer the Vitini is because we live in the plug all day. We're always in the plug. We're on our phones, connected to people. We're walking around thinking about being connected to people. We're at work, we're in meetings, we're in school, always plugged in and connected. Even sat at home at our PCs, our consoles, we're engaged and plugged in. Vitamin can help your body and your mind restore itself to a natural balance. And it's a small bottle, but to me, it's the unsung hero of our beverage offerings. Now, perhaps you want something a little bit more refreshing after a nice warm tea with a little bit of citrus. Perhaps the jus coco, coconut water with a twist of pineapple. Now, this is actually made with the juice of Filipino coconuts, and they have some of the freshest baby coconuts you could ever imagine. There's 0 preservatives, no artificial flavorings or colorings. It's refreshing, a very delicious drink. One of my favorites. Now, we're always in an effort to be as inclusive as we can be, which is why we offer a soy alternative. Now, the Vitamilk is surprisingly creamy, and unless I'd been told beforehand that it was soy milk I was about to taste, I wouldn't have known. It's creamy, very milky, and sweetened, but not artificially so. Sweetened with a bit of sativa. Again, no preservatives. 8 grams of soy protein. Healthy, helps muscles repair if you're working out. And again, it's a very quick injection of protein that sometimes we just don't get the time to provide our body with. Once more, if you're on the go, it's a perfect drink. Now, while you might be working your way through your cup of tea, that's not to say that you can never go wrong with a caramel frappuccino from Starbucks. Now, this is very, very sweet. It's not too calorific, certainly not calorie-free, but the caramel flavor adds an extra sugariness. Starbucks, I think, have slightly sweeter coffee beans than most of the other brands. I appreciate that coffee should be considered quite bitter and shouldn't need sugar to sweeten. So this is maybe more of an acquired taste. It's actually one of my most favorite beverages. I have a very sweet tooth, and I'm particularly partial to a Starbucks drink. Entirely and utterly basic, I agree, but delicious nonetheless. Now, last but not least, we have a classic Pepsi. Now, the Pepsi Cola is maybe one of our most controversial offerings because it isn't anything out of the ordinary. It isn't Coca-Cola. So why then do we have it in our serving? Well, quite honestly, I like it. And while I don't make the rules, I certainly have some influence. I think Pepsi is one of these drinks that it's timeless, it's well known. Calorie count, I think it's at 126. Isn't too calorific. It's thirst quenching. It has a bite to it. Okay? Sure. There is one more actually that we can offer. And given the caffeine content of the hibiscus tea, this maybe isn't necessarily the best recommendation, at least not immediately following. But this is horsepower. Now, on Articulate Air, we offer Red Bull as our go-to energy drink. But on Articulate Line, we like to offer horsepower. Now, we actually have these flown in all the way from the UAE. I myself live in Dubai and very fond of the horsepower drink. Similar in texture, flavor to the Red Bull, just twice the strength. And again, thirst quenching, and it hits the spot. Absolutely. I really recommend the horsepower, your energy beverage of choice. Now, of course, it's all fine and well having enough to drink, warm towel, gaming system, and headphones. But while we might be eating in about 2.5 hours, sometimes we need a snack to tide us over until that point. Now, the snacks tray is my most favorite portion of our journey together. We have a seemingly endless serving, and I think you're going to like it. Let me prepare the tray, and once again, I can take you through step by step, and I think you're going to like it. And this, my new friend, is our confectionery serving. There is more on here than I think we have time to cover. But I hope you agree that we like to cater to the sweetest of tooth. I'll take you through some of the choice pieces and some of my personal favorites. As before with the beverages, I can leave the entire tray and you can pick and choose as you see fit. Okay? Now let me just take you through some of the highlights of our sweet treats. Now, if you're anything like me, your eyes would have been drawn to the decadent triple chalk freshly baked muffin. Now these come out of the oven about 15 minutes prior to departure. It's still a little bit warm to the touch, and it's Belgian chocolate, of course, and the triple chocolate treats throughout. It's fresh, it's soft, and it's very crumbly. I thought you might say so. In keeping with freshness and home baking, this is from our partner at Eurocake. Soft and chewy, another chocolate chip brownie. Now, well, this might not be a Dutch brownie. We have some Dutch waffles that we can offer you, but velvety, richer actually than the muffin. The muffin is sweet, but this has a stickiness to it. Beautiful. Has a little bit of biscuit, a little bit of crumbliness to it. Perfect brownie, as far as I'm concerned. Speaking of Dutch treats, these are the double delights. Why are they called double delights? Original Dutch caramel waffles, but they are double layered with caramel. So when you bite into them, you get those nice strings of caramel. A very rich flavor. Tasty. Satisfying. Decadent. One of my most favorites. You also might hear me say that more than once. And the next offering I'd like to run past you is our triple chalk. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Ritter Sport, but they do these tri-chalks that we can't help but include in our offering. The first of the tri-chalks is the butter biscuit. Crumbly, sweet, with a tiny center of praline. It's a beautiful biscuit. Perfectly made from Ritter Sport. The classic praline. Now, Ritter Sport are a very well established chocolatier, and I think their praline is perhaps one of their finest works. It's beautiful, it's sweet, and again it has that crumbly of the biscuit, but it's entirely praline center. It's beautiful. Something a little bit more refreshing from Ritter Sport is the yogurt. It still has a touch of sweetness, but none of the immediate sugar rush of the two prior. It's a softer, more easygoing chocolate, but tasty nonetheless. Now, if I had to pick my most favorite, it would be the coconut truffle. Now, what stands out about the coconut truffle is that they are quite healthy. They're made with the organic ingredient that you would come to expect from somebody like the Protein Bake Shop. Beautiful offering. Sweet, but without being in the levels of the muffin and the brownie. Healthy, natural, and with the thin casing of chocolate, just to provide that support for sweetness. I think you're really going to like these. Now, I think the last thing we'll cover. What is this? Now, this isn't entirely expensive. It's a budget range chocolate, but it's tasty. And again, it has that crispy chocolate wafer effect that just makes for a pleasant crunch, you know? Milka are chocolate. It's chocolate that a lot of people talk about Milka. It's can be difficult to come by. It's very creamy, but certainly an interesting experience. I will show you one more. Because we have all been 10 years old at some point. Haribo, your favorite sweaties. Now, this is, again, flown in from our partners in the UAE. But these cola bottles have that kind of gummy, satisfying texture, and with that sweet cola center. Classic and vintage, as far as I'm concerned. I couldn't help myself. I had to cover just one more. This is the Hello Cookies and Cream from Attendant chocolate. Now, Cookies and Cream is a well-established brand, or pairing, perhaps. However, Attendant's approach to this blends velvety smooth chocolate with ultra sugar sweet cookie and cream, blended together seamlessly to provide one of the most delicious chocolate bars I have ever tasted in my entire life. Soft, approachable, no bitterness to chocolate. It's a milk chocolate, and it is nice to meet you. Our partners at Attendant Chocolate, they say hello. Now, to accompany the sweet treat, the sugar in your tea and seemingly endless list of beverages, I'd also offer something savory, snacky. This might be a bit surprising for you, but quinoa chips. So while we, of course, are always pushing the sugar and the sweet, we do think it is important to maintain a level or a balanced diet. So the quinoa chips, of course, these are baked, not fried. I was going to say a plain sea salt. They're brushed with salt, so not too salty, but definitely enhances and encourages the flavor to come through. I'm actually very surprised at how Simply 7 managed to incorporate so much flavor into something so healthy and Again, they are baked, not fried. Very small calories. Not that we care about calories. Gluten-free, no artificial colorings. A very healthy serving, but it's still a treat snack. Of course, we also have my favorite, the Tyrell's mature cheddar, and a very small hint of chive. Now, I don't like the traditional cheese and onion crisps. I mean, I can eat them, but they certainly wouldn't be my first choice. But the Tyrells, these are hand-cooked English crisps. And we say crisps, not chips, but that's essentially what they are. Again, cooked with local sourced potatoes, and they are hand-cooked and flavored. Very, very rich, very tangy cheese. Subtle chive blend melds and overall brings together the perfect chip or crisp. We also have a dipping sauce I can provide. Yeah, a salsa, of course. No problem. Now, sometimes, kind of stepping back to the point I made earlier about unplugging. So yes, we provided you with the laptop, the headphones, but we also like to offer a book to our clients. Now, obviously, books are infinitely cheaper than a laptop, but sometimes it's good to curl up with a good book. And we have 4 books here for you that you could take all 4 if you like. But I think they've been picked carefully and deliberately. Alright, let me just grab the first. Now, this is quite a famous book. It's called The Fault in Our Stars. This book is about savoring life, every single breath. That nothing is promised, everything is a gift, and be sure to take full advantage of that fact, because we don't miss something until it's gone. And I think The Fault in Our Stars does a fantastic job of reminding us in subtle and not so subtle ways. It's one of these books that can help people grow, and it's damn near genius as far as I'm concerned. A very well written book. I'm more of a heroic fantasy fan, but this it's a novel of life, and I definitely recommend reading it. And I suppose in keeping with that level of intensity, this book isn't for everyone, but Where Love Lies is one of these books that a lot of us males especially would dismiss almost immediately because who cares? But again, it speaks to its reader in a way that we can all associate ourselves with the character, regardless of gender or non-gender. I recommend giving it a go. If you've ever been in love or have never been in love, then maybe this book is for you, because it does a great job of replicating and bringing to life those emotions and the repercussions of those emotions. And lastly, again, in keeping with the idea of breaking the loop and breaking the plug on things, we have Mindshift. Now, Mindshift break through obstacles to learning and discover your hidden potential. Now, these are often seen as gimmick, throwaway books, but this helps you understand your mind, how we can follow our passions, and the incredible impact that can have on our lives. Very interesting read. And again, some of the books that we're offering here are very easy to dismiss, but I encourage you, give it a read. And then if you still hold the same opinion, never trust me ever again. But I think you're really going to enjoy having your mind opened by Barbara Oakley. Okay, I'll just leave these next to your chair. Now this almost concludes our time together. Obviously, we'll now leave you in peace to sit back and enjoy everything we've just bestowed upon you. The meal will be in about 2 hours and 30 minutes. A little bit less, maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes. And again, I encourage you to make full use of our facilities. There's a bar at the back of this cabin, and well, we don't sell many tickets. It might look quite spacious, but we only actually offer 5 seats per cabin. We like it spacious. It was designed that way. We didn't include 5 single seats because then people feel isolated. And this is obviously ultra first class, and I am essentially your butler. I'm on the other side of this door. If you need me, just pop the buzzer and I'll be here in moments. But before I do leave you for the time being, there's one other thing I'd like to offer you. Now, depending on who was serving you, my colleague on Articulate Air probably served you a scotch or a whiskey, and he probably explained something about ice cubes. He's a nice guy. People say we look alike, but that's ridiculous. I'm infinitely better looking than he is. I like to offer you a limoncello. Now, the limoncello, of course, is a sweet. Citrusy. It's a beautiful aroma to it. Now, limoncello blends again natural sugarcane, lemon, a little bit of lime in there as well. It's a beautiful drink. I think you're really gonna like it. Refreshing, comforting, and tangy. What do you think? I'm very glad to hear it. It's my pleasure. And of course, as I said, I'm just on the other side of the door behind you. If you need anything at all, if you need more beverages or more food, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you very, very soon. Absolutely. Of course. I jest, but our sister airline is a fantastic experience. The first class cabin is out of this world. A first class train cabin, for me, is a more comfortable experience. It's a little less isolating than the cabin itself. And of course I would say that, but I think you're going to have a great time with us, and I want you to relax and appreciate and savor every moment together with Articulate Line. Thank you. I'll see you very soon.